Hello again, guys. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, just subscribe so that YouTube will recommend this video to a lot of people out there. So, guys, let's start with the basics. If you want to go into the process of rabbit farming, there are few pros and cons you need to take into consideration. One is whether you have the time to do this that you plan to do as regard to rabbit farming, whether you have the time for it, and another thing you have to launch it whether you have the environment for the rabbit, whether you have the environment for the rabbit, because we are discussing bunny kids being born from the birth stage to the weaning stage, the challenges that people that has rabbit face, whether you have the environment, and the next thing you need to take into consideration is whether you have the feeding for the rabbit itself that is going to bring forth those kids that is under discussion. Before having the kids, you need to first look at the source of the kids. The source of the kid is their mother, which is the doe that got pregnant, and then now she's coming to give birth to the kids. So if the kids will sustain life up to the weaning stage, sometimes you need to know, you have to be quite sure of what you did during the source. So guys, this is the few base point line we have set up for us to investigate what is the cause of people watching their bonicates dying, and they can reach to the winning stage and they just die mysteriously. That is heartbreaking, because in rabbit farming it's a game of numbers, and you can have so many numbers of rabbit. If you don't have rabbit kids, you must first have the bunny to get pregnant, give birth to those kids about 5 6 7 8 times before you get 20, 30, 40 rabbit or 100 rabbits to your own disposal. That is if you are just having one female rabbit. But for those of us out there that are having challenges as regard to the bunny case dying before reaching the winning stage or the maturity stage, the reason for which these things are happening, this is why I package everything in this video so that I can show them to you, that you will take this what I will say here now, then you will be able to pick what you think you fall short, then you can be able to close that gap so that it won't happen to you again. Because I'm in the field. When somebody tell me that, oh, my bunny gives birth and all the kids are they just die, it breaks my heart. The whole lot of energy you just lost, because I'm into the process. I know what it takes to go about getting feed for this rabbit, or even going out there to buy feed for this rabbit, like the wheat bran and the canna cake that is to my disposal here in Liberia that we can go after. I know what it takes, even traveling across the border to go and get this bunny and bring them back to Liberia. I know what it takes. So when the bunny gave birth and watching the kids die, it can be so horrible. But guys, like I told you, the places that I just called previously, like the feeding, the environment, and whether you have the time for the rabbit. So let's see the reason for which those bunny case been dying. Like for instance, one of the best things you can be sure that your bunny case will not do very well when the mom gave birth to them is, number one, is when that case is an inbreeding case. That is, the male rabbit, I said on series of my video, the male had any relationship in terms of family with the doe she crossing with. That is the female rabbit he's crossing with for them to meet and bring about kids. Those kids will not do well. That's one of the major factors in having rabbit kids dying before reaching the winning stage. That one of the major factors there. And that why I have a system here. When I take bunnies from out, maybe male and female, when I bring them over here, the male will not cross along with the female that I take from that region. I would rather change them to cross with other rabbit from different locality, and that's why you need to have record keeping in rabbit farming on your plate, because without record keeping, then you'll be doing helter scatter things. Then at the end of the day, your rabbit kids will be born and you will not be understanding. After one or two times you see the kids, they will not be really doing well. And another factors could be the way in which you give the mother of the rabbit feed when she was pregnant during her pregnancy time. Let's take for instance, for example, women, we as human women will eat naturally, but when women get pregnant, some of them you will see they will not like to eat, and some of them will really love to eat. Now let's come to rabbit. When the rabbit gets pregnant, the rabbit demand feed. Do not take the rabbit to be the human being, okay? The rabbit demand feed. Don't say some people they not like eating, so just give the rabbit small food. No, it is your bound duty as somebody who is taking care of rabbit to give that rabbit enough food for them to eat, that they themselves will leave some of the food over. Then they go and relax. And once they are relaxing, when there is time for feed, they're going to come back again and eat enough and go back and relax. That is your responsibility for you that is taking care of the rabbit. And the next thing to take into consideration, apart from the feed, is the water the rabbit is going to be drinking. One third of our sickness as human beings, even ourselves, it comes from sometimes the kind of water we drink. So what make you think that rabbit, the kind of sensitive animal, will not have problem when you're giving it a water that is not really good for the system of the rabbit? At the end of the day, you are not just disturbing that system of the mother, but even the kids she's bringing to the suffix, you are always disturbing their health. Their health will be highly complicated. So sometimes when the bunny gave birth, you witness the kids are so pure, and then they are so cool and so soft because the feed was not okay and the water was also not purified. So at the end of the day, you notice that even though they don't have any inbreeding issue, but because of the feeding of the rabbit, so the rabbit gave birth to premature kids. So that's why, so you see some people can say my rabbit gave birth and all of the kids died, because if the rabbit is not eating the adequate food, that is the pregnant rabbit, the pregnant doe, if she's not eating the kind of food she's supposed to eat to be able to capacitate the kids that she's carrying, because when the rabbit eat, the kids inside of her too got their own portion of that food to consume. That is, they got their own way. I didn't do much science on that, but I believe they got their own ways to consume portion of that food that their mother have eaten. So some of these rabbit carrying 10 kids, 12 kids, 13 kids, 14 kids. The least sometimes they can bring is 3 or 4 kids. So just imagine when all of those kids inside that pregnant rabbit she's surviving, she need to eat. But this is what will happen. Once she's not eating accordingly, when the fire bunnies in her stomach, sometimes you will see that two will come down her belly. She will give birth to two prematurely. That is a sign to tell you that I'm pregnant, but I'm not eating and I'm not drinking the kind of water and the kind of food I'm supposed to eat. I'm not getting it. So you see, I have just passed out with two of my kids. So do not be complaining that, oh, this is a problem that you cannot solve. Just know within yourself that number one, the person you are designating to take care of your rabbit probably is not doing well in feeding the pregnant rabbit. So you yourself, when you are in this process for commercial purposes or for whatever purposes, whenever your animals get pregnant, that is the rabbit, make sure it be your business to make sure that you yourself stand there and make sure they administer the feed. If they are administering the feed when you are somebody that is jobbing, you can be to your office, put a camera in system that will be able to, and then you watch that they are feeding that rabbit so that the rabbit can eat and leave some more food, and you yourself can be sure that that rabbit is eating. And at the end of the day, you see your rabbit will give birth to great litters. Those kids will be very strong and they will grow very well. They will not die until they reach the winning stage. And the third reason there is the environment you are keeping the rabbit. If that environment is not conducive for the bunnies and her kids, then you have a challenge. That is, many people don't take into consideration the breeding unit, and that is something I have prepared aside from my rabbit cages. I have a breeding unit designed like for first Labrador rabbit farm here, that I can place the pregnant rabbit. She remains there when there is time to deliver. She delivers, then we introduce the nesting box to her. Then right in there, she can be able to take care of her kids. So if you don't have this system in place, at times it poses a serious threat to the bunny kids, because even the ants we overlook, that you say, oh, it's just an ants. For rabbit kids, it's not just an ants, because a 2 3 bite of ants can capture the lives of the bunny kids. Even though their mom can able to stand it, but for the bunny kids, they will severely die. And even the rats, there are some rats that can come to eat the bunny kids. So you don't have to mess up on the environment where the bunny is going to give birth and stay there with the children until they reach the winning stage. The winning stage is a stage that the rabbit kids are now well sensitive and they are strong enough to even detect predator and try to fight back or even escape. But when they are kids, where they are just there from the day of birth growing to 14 days, you notice that they are helpless. Sometimes even for them, they will only be trimming, jerking to tell you that they are alive, but they're not able to predict, they're not able to go, they're not able to fight back, they're not even able to escape any predator. So they should be into an area like a manger that you are 100% sure that there is no way possible for any predator to go and disturb them. Because once you make sure that that area is secure, then you can put your hand on your pillow like this and sleep very well, because you can rest assured that your budding case will 100% be okay until they reach the winning stage, maybe 2, 3, 4 months, and then you see your bunnies are well trying to reproduce again. So, guys, these are some of the reasons why people are crying about their rabbit case dying. These are the factors, and you can also do other research and tell me what you think is the factors. But I believe, as a person who has been into the business for some time, I believe these are the factors for which your rabbit case will die prematurely, or their mother will even give birth to them, and before the winning stage, you've come and see them, they are all dead or they are dying one after the other. It all depends on, number one, how you cater for the pregnant mother. Number two, uh, how the environment the rabbit is staying is like. Number three, the kind of system you have in place in terms of feeding the pregnant doe. Whether you just feed her one time per day, whether the water you giving to the rabbit is just any kind of water, because the rabbit is not human being, so you don't give the rabbit the water that it deserves. So for me, I launch a system and I say on series of my video that the same water I can drink, that's the same water I share with my animals. So once I know that the water is good for me, that water is also good for the rabbit. The only reason why I'm not sharing the food I'm eating with the rabbit is because the rabbit has its own food that is good for the system of the rabbit. So I don't go above what I'm supposed to do for her in maintaining that she is okay to give me what I want. And what I want from the rabbit is kids. Okay, even if you buy a rabbit from me today, the next thing you want is for that rabbit to multiply. And before the rabbit multiply, it must first give birth to the kids. And when you give birth to the kids, you got your responsibility to take care of the kids until they reach to the stage that they can take care of themselves. That is, they can eat, they can do everything by themselves, and then you don't have to be in the picture. Even sometimes, some of the bunny kids die because we are not sensitive enough as farmers to realize that those bunnies case, some of them, their mother, they are first time mom, they don't even know how to give birth to the kids. So at the end of the day, we that are into the process, we have to go there and hold them down so that the bunny case can suck. So if you don't even understand that other pattern, sometimes you will see the bunny will give birth, and after 2, 3, 4 days, the kids will start to die because you feel that the bunny is giving breast milk to the kids, but the bunny is not giving breast milk to the kids. Rather, the bunny is only looking at them that these are my kids, but the bunnies don't even want them to suck because she's a first time mom. She don't even know what to do with them. So you, the person that is into the process, will hold that bunnies down, and then you put those babies then there so that they can try to suck and open the nipple of those first time mom, and then you will see them sucking. When they are better get around, then you take them from there. Other than that, the bunny will stay right there. She will not nest those kids until the kids will die one after the other, and you will be that kind of confused. But my kids, they are not inbreeding kids. I got a male from somewhere else and I got a female from somewhere else. But why is this happening to my bunny kids? Because the mother of that bunny, which is the doe, is not giving breast milk to the children by herself. Even though she gave birth to those children, but she is not giving breast milk to those children by herself. You, the person that got her, you need to help in the process, like you are seeing my little boy is helping in the process. So guys, if this video ever makes sense, do forget to share my video. That's one of the best way you can help me here, is by sharing my video out there so that other people that are missing out on these steps can be able to adapt it quick, so that they will stop losing in the era of getting more kids at their age. It's a very serious challenge. Even people who are experts in rabbit farming always encounter the challenges of maternity issue with the rabbit and the kids. So guys, on this note, I want to put horse on this video until I see you on my next video coming up. I want to say bye bye for my. Don't forget to like and share. Bye bye.